Chelsea make late move for Crystal Palace star Wilfried Zaha. Chelsea have revived their interest in Wilfried Zaha and are exploring a deal to sign the Crystal Palace forward before the transfer window closes. The Ivory Coast winger has been a target for Chelsea in the past, but Palace's asking price last summer was around £90 million. Chelsea were unwilling to pay that much, but Zaha has just a year left on his deal at Selhurst Park, which has weakened the Eagles' hand. Patrick Vieira is desperate to keep Zaha, but the club know his ambition is to play in the Champions League, and this could be the club's last chance to get big money for the winger. Chelsea had been negotiating a deal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but Barcelona are seeking around £30 million for the 33-year-old. Thomas Tuchel wants to strengthen his attack following the departures of Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner. And the Independent say Chelsea have now revived their interest in Zaha and will speak to Palace about a deal this week. It remains to be seen what Palace would demand for Zaha, but he's believed to be open to joining the Blues. Palace would, however, have little time to invest the money and would prefer to keep Zaha instead of a panicked spending spree in the final days of the window. The window shuts at 11 p.m. on Thursday. Chelsea terminate Ross Barkley contract to make room for new signing. Chelsea have terminated Ross Barkley's contract and have paid him to leave to make room for a new signing before the transfer window closes this week. Thomas Tuchel's side have been linked with late swoops for various players, including Barcelona duo Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Frenkie de Jong, Leicester City centre-back Wesley Fofana and Everton's Anthony Gordon. The Blues have also revived their interest in Crystal Palace star Wilfried Zaha, while they have once again been offered the chance to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. It is possible that the West London club may bring in multiple new faces before the September 1st deadline, with Barkley's departure freeing up space in the squad. Barkley joined Chelsea from Everton in 2018 for £15 million but failed to make a significant impact at Stamford Bridge, scoring 12 goals across 100 games. The 28-year-old attacking midfielder has yet to make an appearance for the Blues this season. He spent the 2020-21 season out on loan at Aston Villa and returned to Chelsea last term, but only made 14 appearances across all competitions. Barkley, who took part in Chelsea's pre-season tour last month, had a year remaining on his current deal and his reported salary was £200,000 a week. But Chelsea confirmed his exit on Monday by posting a statement on their official website. Ross Barkley has left Chelsea by mutual consent and becomes a free agent, the statement read. Chelsea defender Ethan Ampadu set to join Italian side Spezia. Welsh defender Ethan Ampadu is set to move back to Italy after falling down the pecking order at Chelsea. As Chelsea looks to finalise contracts with Leicester City defender Wesley Fofana, Ethan Ampadu is now set to depart the club in search of regular game time. According to trusted journalist Fabrizio Romano, Ampadu is set to sign for Serie A side Spezia. Personal terms and a full agreement has already been met by the two clubs, meaning it's only a matter of time before the youngster leaves the club. Ampadu will return to Italy after spending last season playing for Venezia, where the Welshman managed to get constant game time, however saw the side get relegated to Serie B before returning back to Chelsea. The 21-year-old managed to contribute 3 assists to the Italian side whilst picking up 14 yellow cards and 2 reds at the time he was there. Since the departures of Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen, Chelsea has brought in Kalidou Koulibaly and is in the process of signing Fofana. Chelsea has reached an agreement with Leicester City for Fofana, with the reported price set to be £75 million with a 6-year contract. This has caused players like Ampadu and Trevoh Chalobah to consider their future at the club, with Thomas Tuchel not being able to promise the youngsters starts this season. Crystal Palace bid for Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. A red card against Leicester City hasn't swayed Crystal Palace's pursuit of Conor Gallagher as they prepare an offer worth almost £30 million. Conor Gallagher won the hearts of many Crystal Palace supporters last season, as he completed a successful loan spell with Patrick Vieira's side in a very formative year for the youngster. The midfielder totaled 11 goals and assists in 34 Premier League appearances for the Eagles, which is almost triple the amount he provided for West Bromwich Albion during the 2021 campaign. However, it has been a difficult task trying to figure out whether Thomas Tuchel sees a place for him in his team, as speculation around a permanent move away continues to grow. Injuries to Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante have perhaps forced the hands of the German head coach, who didn't hand the 22-year-old a match start until his options began to run out in game week 3. Now, the latest report from the Times journalist Gary Jacob has claimed that Palace have made a £27 million bid as they intensify their efforts to re-sign Gallagher for good. The England international boasts an almost lifelong history with Chelsea, having joined the youth ranks at age 8, and it may take a lot to convince him to leave. But with Kovacic on the edge of a return and Kante expected back before the turn of October, he may have to take a leap of faith as his eyes focus on playing for a spot in Gareth Southgate's 2022 World Cup squad. Chelsea to hold emergency talks with Barcelona over Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Chelsea and Barcelona will meet for further discussions over the transfer of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang this afternoon, with the Blues yet to meet the Catalans' asking price for the 33-year-old. Thomas Tuchel is keen to strengthen his attack after the departures of Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner, with Raheem Sterling the only addition to the front line so far this summer. Aubameyang, 33, joined Barcelona on a free transfer last January after Arsenal terminated his contract, but Xavi is ready to cash in on the Gabon captain following Robert Lewandowski's arrival from Bayern Munich. The former Dortmund ace is willing to return to London, but Chelsea have so far failed to meet Barcelona's £30 million asking price for Aubameyang. The Blues have offered around £18 million so far, after having a bid of around £14 million rejected at first. Aubameyang and his family were assaulted at their family home on Sunday night following a robbery at their house, and the incident could impact the speed in which the striker could complete a transfer. And Sport say that Chelsea and Barcelona have arranged emergency talks to discuss the deal as they remain keen to strike a compromise. Should Chelsea fail to sign Aubameyang, they will turn their attention to Crystal Palace ace Wilfried Zaha. The Ivory Coast winger is a long-term target for the Blues, and he has just 1 year remaining on his deal, which could see the Eagles lower their £80 million asking price. Zaha is said to be keen on a move to Stamford Bridge, but Chelsea will not be held to ransom. Hakim Ziyech close to Chelsea departure as Man United set to sign Ajax's Anthony for €100 million. Chelsea winger Hakim Ziyech is closing in on a return to Ajax as Manchester United are set to splash €100 million on Antony, according to reports. The 29-year-old has not been named in the starting 11 this season, with his game time limited, and it was believed that he was set to ask for a transfer. AC Milan had shown initial interest in the Moroccan, who made his name at Ajax, but the Serie A side cooled their interest in Ziyech in recent weeks. Therefore, it looked like Ziyech would remain a Chelsea player as they head towards the end of the transfer window. However, it now appears that he is closing in on a return to Ajax this summer. This comes after both Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku secured returns to their former clubs. Firstly, Lukaku completed a loan return to Inter Milan, while Werner was sold back to RB Leipzig after 2 years at Stamford Bridge. It remains to be seen as to whether a deal can be struck with the Dutch champions to see Ziyech return to the Netherlands. As reported by Italian journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, a return is nearing its completion. This comes as Manchester United are set to spend €100 million to sign current Ajax winger Antony. It is believed that he is now only steps away from joining the Red Devils. Therefore, Ajax are in the market for a replacement for the Brazilian and have looked at bringing back Ziyech. The situation has changed, with it previously thought that Ajax were unwilling to sign the 29-year-old as Chelsea demanded up to €40 million for his services. Both clubs had scheduled further talks over a potential deal, with the Dutch side eyeing him as a key target for the summer. Ziyech has only made one appearance for Chelsea so far this season, coming off the bench in their 3-0 loss away at Leeds United on Sunday, and now he could end his Chelsea stint. It remains unclear as to whether Ziyech will be allowed to leave before a replacement is brought in, but with Ajax receiving an influx of cash from Antony's sale, a deal may be struck.